Wakanda Forever. So spoilers alert, this is going to be a review of Black Panther and Love is Blind season 3 on Netflix. So let's get into it. So I went to watch Black Panther about a week ago, and in comparison to the first one, I don't even think I can compare it to the first one, if I'm being fair, because T'Challa forever. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like Chadwick Boswick. I mean Chad Boswick. If you know, you know. I mean, I'm not going to explain that. But it was a good movie. It was a good movie. I mean, I felt that it was more like a memorial to Chad than anything else. It was more like a tribute to him. That we not just suffered one loss, which was Black Panther, but we suffered like 2 losses because Angela Bassett died in the movie. Again, spoiler alert. I warned you. So it was a good movie. It was weird seeing Letitia wear the suits. I found it funny, but people say that I'm averse to female heroics, if I can use that word, or female heroes. And it's not I'm averse to female heroes, because Woman King I loved. But I'm averse to male heroes that have taken up the shape like Superman, Batman, and then having a female version of that same person. I feel like it's not authentic. Like if there's going to be someone that is Superman, we don't need to have a Superwoman or Supergirl. I don't get that. But this is speaking from someone that is a bit of a Marvel head, right? So from the plot of the story, I didn't mind it. Neymar, can you just take a moment of silence for Neymar? Because he's deserving. Yeah, that fishman can swim into my life any day, and I'm married. Love you, baby. But yeah, he was gorgeous. I like the chemistry between him and Letitia. That was nice. At some point of the movie, it was a bit like long-winded. I think there are some plots that were carried out too long. In the movie, there's some places that they dragged on a bit that they didn't really need to drag it on that long. Now, as much as I like the fishman, like he was a combination of, you know, Aquaman and you know who else flies, Iron Man, and you know all the men in one. As much as I loved it, because his entrance was amazing, the entrance of their tribe in fact was amazing. They were giving me, these people are into juju, they are voodoo people, like they were giving me black magic, where's my cross, holy water. It was great. But towards like when you went into the movie, I felt that they weren't real like villains. They weren't, I mean, that was clear at the end of the movie that they were allies, but I didn't know where they were going with it. Like Neymar had a story that was empathetic. He wasn't really a villain, like, you know, like maybe Kang is going to be, or you know, it wasn't a villain. Like even Killmonger was a villain. Like he had a trope to his story, and you kind of were sympathetic with him, or for him at the end of it. But I felt like because of that, because he didn't really have a true enemy, it was dragged on a bit, you know. At one point I was like, they should just cut the wings on his legs and call it a day, you know. Just call it a day. I mean, someone should just get that and just be like, it's over for this guy. Might chop his legs off, lick him off, you know. But it didn't happen that way, so I felt like that was dragged on a little. And towards the end, when they, like Neymar's what do I call her, I guess the second commander-in-chief or his advisor or whatever, when she came into the picture and was like, she can't believe that, you know, he kind of bent the knee for Wakanda, you know, like he was like talking about them being allies and in the future. So he wasn't a villain as such. I didn't know where they're going with that. I would like to see where Marvel will take us with that trope. How, you know, is it later going to turn into a bad guy? You know, is he going to stab them at the back? I don't really know. And I felt like Wakanda was more penetrable than we thought. Although I know they were going like vibranium against vibranium, the clash of the titans, but it was like, how did this guy just enter beyond the first shield? Like he was entering somebody's estate like that had no security. So to me, I was like, I'm scared. So there were plot holes in the story. I didn't really think Angela Bassett had to leave us. It was not that her role was so significant anyways, but I think it was important that she was there. You know, she was coming. She's like, Letitia is all by herself now. Like she's all by herself. Her family, all of them faded, all of them pomfidai, everybody. So I feel like it was more, it could have, yeah, they could have allowed her stay at least, you know. I mean, we've already lost one person, do we? We already lost Chadman Boswick. We don't need to. By the way, that's horrible. That's horrible. That stylist, my goodness, she's horrible. We didn't need to lose another one. So for me, that's where it could have been better. I think one of the highlights for me was after I found out that Fantastic Four was coming to the screens that we've been waiting for, Doctor Doom. I was like, gosh. For me, that was one of the highlights. And also like knowing that, you know, there's going to be continuation with Black Panther, like his son, because I feel like Tisha did like she did fantastic. She did the best she could. She was filling huge shoes, but I was happy to see her also leave the suit, you know, because her in the suit was funny. When she was like when she was like chanting, what was it, in Bowie? You guys can put in the comment section. When she was chanting and she was like Wakanda forever, and I was like like it just didn't. I was just like, it was funny. But yeah, she had huge shoes to fit into, so I give her all the kudos. Now, that's that. Moving on to Love is Blind season 3. Listen, I've been saying it from the get-go. Everyone they put on Love is Blind this season was on crack. Everybody was on crack, cocaine, heroin. The contestants that, or I don't even, if I should put it contestants, I think I should use the word participants. That's the best word. All of them were not normal. From the guy that came with eye drop, that was pretending to cry when the camera was rolling, to the guy, to Baptiste. Oh God. I wish I can say R.I.P. because honestly, the guy is like toxic, like a narcissist. To SK, our Nigerian brother, you know, it was dodgy already when he was in the pods and he was eating pounded yam with F4, and I was like, this guy is not that deep. You get, at least break it to them with some jollof rice. You get, like, don't go full throat, just eating on a date. You can't even, just, you know. I thought that was sketch. But then when they left the pods and they went for their whatever makeshift honeymoon thing that they went for, SK and Raven, I was were the least likely for me to even make it to the finale. I was like, these ones, they don't have any chemistry. This Yoruba guy, he's not acting like if he's even into this babe, and this babe is a bombshell, you know. So she'll be the one that like would approach him to kiss him. I'm like, sus. She'll be the one that will be like, yeah, I love you. She's like, suspect. But I didn't know he was gonna turn around to be like the definition of a Yoruba demon. I didn't know. Who would have thunk it? I mean, my cousin and I were having a conversation about this, and she called it out. She was like, this guy is a Yoruba guy. He's not acting like he's feeling this girl like a Yoruba guy should. For us to hear after the whole reunion has been shot, like, okay, so they didn't make it to the altar, right? For those that haven't watched it, I don't even know if you should see it. Maybe you should do a recap on YouTube, because I had to fast forward some of it because I was just like, what in the nonsense is this? So I want to focus on SK as is our people. Do you get me? So I'm going to bring it home. SK, which his name is Sikiru. Okay, I just said that. Me, I was even thinking his name was like Sikina or something. It was even a longer, but Sikiru. Shall just let us know in the beginning with his fake American accent. So SK and Raven didn't make it to the altar. Like SK did not say yes, which to me was was probably the biggest bombshell of this season, for me, because the babe fully like committed her whole self. When SK's mom came to see them, SK's mom made amala and efo, and this is like a Yankee babe like that has her own culture, and she was there like saying, "Can I use a fork?" And I'm just like, "How do you guys fried rice and call? How about fried rice and chicken with small coleslaw for this babe? Amala? Not even some of our people eat amala. What's that?" So when he said no, because she would have said yes. She was ready to say yes, and I mean she was ready for the throwing her into the Nigerian culture. She was ready. He didn't even break the ice, chip it small. He just threw her into the culture and like swim in the deep end. She still took it, which to me was shocking. And he said no, and his mom was like, "I don't know what's wrong with SK. I don't know what is wrong with SK. His mom was a typical young woman. I don't know what is wrong with him that he's saying all these things. The woman wants grandchildren. SK, she didn't know that her son was behind the scenes philandering about the globe from Milan to London with different chicks. But before I get there, lest I digress." So he said no at the altar. We now go to the reunion, and we see that at the reunion, Raven and SK are dating, right? They didn't say yes to each other to marry each other, but like they're dating. I'm like, wow. Okay, it makes sense, because before that I saw something on TikTok that Raven was like kind of defending SK and was like, this, like she doesn't regret anything, da 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 da. You know, that kind of post that you're thinking to yourself like, this guy said no to you to marry you, like why are you defending him? So it made sense after the reunion was viewed. Mind you, these people, they had shot this Love is Blind stuff I think last year over the summer, so we're seeing it now, right? And then the reunion was shot probably like a few months ago. So they aired the reunion, they're together and everything, and then like, was it yesterday, sometime this week, or someone dropped the bombshell, like the mother of all bombshells. One of SK's ex or situationships or wife, I don't even know what to call her, during this whole time, like they've been traveling together, going on trips, doing couple goals in different parts of Europe on an international scale. And this babe that he's taking around like ends up asking SK about Raven. She find like through text or whatever, she finds out, they end up asking SK about Raven. SK is like, it's just for the money. It's just for the money. This is supposed to be a show where like people are like meet the love of their life. You know, like the first season was so authentic, like so authentic. Two of those couples, I believe that they're still together, right? The Barnett and Lauren and Cameron, like they're still together. So like to see just the caliber of people, I don't know, like that came with just vibes and inshallah, like I don't understand it. And so this guy had been having an affair, right? And apparently it was just for the money. So us, when we've become fools, people like us that are watching the show, we're just idiots, we're stupid. The people that put this experiment together, we don't have brains, because you know he came to exploit the show. So anyways, to cut the long story short, Raven has deleted all his pictures from her Instagram account, rightly so has he. Apparently there's like legal proceedings going on behind the scenes, and if you see the babe that he was with taken out everywhere, that babe was like, I don't know what it is. My cousin has a theory that because he came to the United States fresh off the boat, and you know he married for visa purposes, and maybe when he first came all the white girls were rejecting him, then he's now taking out his revenge on all the white women, because last he'll marry one Nigerian babe from Ogun State. Do you get? So anyways, I don't know what you guys think about it. Leave your comments in the comment section. I'd like to know what you guys think about SK. I can't even get into Baptiste. I can't get into Cole. I can't get into, what's the name of that girl's name? Zainab, which I think, to be honest, she might be bipolar. I'm really trying to be sensitive, like, but she might not see things like exactly. I know Cole meant it as a dig, but after they showed us that clip at the end of the reunion and how she just over exaggerated everything, I think she's not probably stable mentally, because you can't. I don't know how you get that from there. But anyways, I can't go into all of this in this video, but let me know what you guys think about season 3, Love is Blind. Are you fooled? Were you fooled? Did you see it coming? Were you expecting SK to be the mother of all Yoruba, father of all Yoruba demons? I mean, I think at the moment now, no cap, he's leading that team, that club. He's the one, the president, co-founder, vice president, he's the secretary general, he's the chief in command, he's all the roles. I give it to him. So let me know what you guys think, and I will read your comments, and maybe I will do a video on the other guys as well, because Love is Blind season 3 is in the trenches. I'll speak to you guys later. Bye.